Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to jump in with another oracle reading using the Cancerian oracle deck. And let's see what messages to come through for the collective. It's a general collective reading. So if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. When it does, it does. Okay. Whoops, there's the first card. 3 cards, please. What is the message that needs to come through? Oops. Okay, we're going to take the one on the top that flipped. Let it flow, creativity, great ideas, inspiration. Okay, I'm going to take the one on the top since that's the one we see. And set boundaries. Protect your energy and say no. Okay, so one of the things I'm getting just off these 2 cards that have flipped is that you're having a lot of creative ideas, or you really have this desire, like inspired creative desire, but you might not have the best boundaries in place to really focus and hone in on that creative drive to do something. So there is some message here about creating boundaries and protecting your space. Do more of what you love. Okay. Very strong message, simply just initially, is you really want to do something creative. And you're not, I don't think that, wow, my throat was just like closing up. I think there's something that you really want to do, but I don't think it's that you don't want to do it, like necessarily, like physically do it. I don't think it's that you don't want to take action. I think that you're not setting enough boundaries with yourself. Like, I don't necessarily think it might be other people. It could be other people. But I kind of get this feeling that you're not setting enough boundaries with yourself to prioritize what is this thing that you really want to do, or these things that you really want to do, in order to really tap into that creative energy and really let things move and flow and be in the state of flow. That's a very beautiful energy to be in. I think that you have a lot of creative ideas. You have a lot of creative talent. There's some untapped potential here, something that you're really wanting to explore, and you're not, I really think this is more to do with you not creating clear enough boundaries, or saying no to people and be like, hey, I can't do that thing. I have to do this. It's for me, regardless of what anyone thinks. Like, you just need to create those boundaries with yourself, because it's so important for you to get to that point in order for you to have that inspiration to be creative. Maybe you have like a really strong desire to create and design something artistic, and you're not really letting yourself just sit down and do that thing, because you're getting distracted everywhere in your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be like another person or a group of people that are preventing you from doing something. It could just be that you are not having good boundaries with your everyday life, sitting down and like focusing on just applying all your energy into this one particular thing. And it's like, you know that you have this flood of ideas, but you're not allowing yourself to really, like, what's the word? It's like you have all these ideas floating around your head, but because you haven't sat down and just like work on it, or just be creative and just let it flow and move, they're just there sitting in your mind, and they're kind of like going to waste. They're just falling in the back burner. They're like fading away. You're forgetting about them because you're not creating the boundaries you need to just sit down and be creative. Maybe you're somebody who has never thought that creativity is, I don't want to say it's necessarily you. Maybe it's just a belief, an ingrained belief, but Like, say you grew up believing that creativity is only for fun and not necessarily for work. Like, not saying it has to be work, because it can be work too, but like you think that creativity is not something that you should be able to do for work. It's only for fun. And so unless you're working, or I mean, unless you're like, you're not doing anything productive unless you're working, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe you're somebody who thinks like that, or has a mindset that's just an ingrained belief. But I think that you're being encouraged right now to create boundaries with yourself and like prioritize your creativity, because you can do so much with your creativity. It doesn't have to just be for fun. You can absolutely do that for like your day job. You can do it in a business. You can, transition into a creative space in your career, or transition out of your career into a creative career. I really think that, I feel like this is more so talking about just you personally not really allowing yourself to be creative, because unless it's a hard job so how am I trying to say this? If it's not paying the bills, then you shouldn't be doing it. And that's not true. Which really sucks, because that is a belief that I think a lot of us have. And in this day and age where the economy is just terrible right now, and it's a very tough world to live in, it's hard to think that you have the time or the energy to be able to have fun. I mean, yes, you do, but to think that you don't deserve it, or you shouldn't do it because it's not bringing in money or paying the bills, or it doesn't really bring in anything tangible other than like, joy or excitement or fun, you think that maybe you shouldn't do it or really spend as much time on it because it's not, bringing money in. But the only way that you're going to be able to like do something creative and really be in that state of flow and do something like for money, like actually monetize off your creativity, if that's what you're wanting to do, is to just do it, and to do it fully, and to be committed, and to dedicate time and energy to it. So I think the strongest message here, I don't think this is going to be a very long reading, is you're being told, really, I feel like Spirit's like, like telling you, like, you need to have boundaries with yourself, and you need to sit down and just focus on what you want to do creatively, regardless if it brings in money. Because if you want to move into something that is more fun, exciting, and creative, you need to dedicate the time and energy to doing the thing that doesn't bring in that money, because it's the only way you're going to grow and grow your skills, your talents, and abilities to do that. But on the flip side, this could just be, if you're just someone who wants to just have more joy in your life and you want to do something more fun, you need to set clear boundaries with yourself around your work, around your home life, around your family. Hey, you could be the mom, and you're doing all the things, and you're taking care of the kids, and you're preparing the dinner, all the things that mothers and fathers do. But you might be doing all of it, and you just need to be like, you know what, I'm not doing that right now. For the next 2 hours, I'm doing me, and I'm doing this because I need that in my life. And it could just very well be that you just really want to tap into creativity and joy. Maybe you want to like jump back into doing something you did when you were a kid, something artistic. Maybe you used to dance, maybe you used to sing, and you're not letting yourself do it because you're just busy all the time, whether it's work or it's at home or whatever. There's always something to do, because there will always be something to do. But this is really saying, if you need that, and you probably need that, is to just create those clear boundaries and dedicate that time to really just being creative. That could be twice a week for an hour each time. It could be every single day for 15, 30 minutes. And it could be, if your time allows, it could be every day for an hour. It could be one day where on this weekend where you're just 6 hours straight, you're just doing the thing, whatever it is that you need in your life or that you want. You're just being really encouraged to just commit and dedicate the time to it. Otherwise, it's just not going to really grow as much as you'd like it to. or find unique ways to also integrate those that creativity into your life throughout your day. If it's something that you don't have to sit down for, there's that too. Find ways to integrate those little moments. That felt like a really firm message. I felt like whatever was coming through, I felt like I was having to put baby in a corner. It's like, it just felt like someone needed a timeout to like really sit and think about what they really want. Because no one's doing it to you, but you're just doing it to yourself. Is keeping yourself so busy and keeping yourself restrained from doing something you really want to do and something you really love. But I felt like the message coming through was like, Spirit was like, will you really tell them? And I felt like someone was like pointing the finger. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope it resonated for some of you or all of you. Please give it a thumbs up if you'd like, and hit that notification bell, subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. And until next time, thanks for watching.